And now, a moment of silence.
If I told you there was a quarterback out there that has never finished a game this season with an above 50% completion percentage, would you still roster him on your team? Okay, you would say no. That's ridiculous. Now, this guy, if he was a running quarterback, you would go, oh, at least he's rushing for 100 yards. He's got all these rushing touchdowns. Oh, he's making plays. He's like Justin Fields, but better. No, at least Justin Fields can complete passes. At least Justin Fields can read one side of a field. Maybe, I think. Maybe just, I just can't get to it anymore. Anthony Richardson is the worst. I would say Jamarcus Russell's worse. Okay. Anthony Richardson is one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen play football, period. It's the end of this. It's the end. This is the end of Anthony Richardson on my fantasy football teams. If I can move him for anything, I definitely will. Every single game he's played this year is 50% completion percentage or less. Now, he did, obviously, against Pittsburgh when he got hurt, 75%. He didn't have enough time to lower that. He would have, trust me, it would have been lowered 1,000%. He's just not getting anything done. He hasn't had a passing touchdown since week 2. He's thrown a bajillion interceptions this year. I believe it's 6. So his touchdown interception ratio is 3-6. He's not helping your fantasy team. I started Drake May actively over him this week in the London game because Anthony Richardson is no longer going to be messing with my teams. Never again will Anthony Richardson be in my starting lineup under any circumstances. We saw old, jacked up 50-year-old quarterbacks come in and make Josh Downs relevant, made Michael Pittman relevant, made that team somewhat relevant. And this guy comes back in and makes that team a total shit show. And I am sorry, Bobby, but that's what it is at this point. He's crushing your fantasy teams and Superflex. You draft him in the first, second round. You throw that out the window. In one quarterback leagues, at least you can get out from underneath them without that. But a super flex leagues, you're done. You have no other options. This sucks. Anthony Richardson's a guy who you take, you go, man, I drafted him in the first round. That was cool. Throw it away. Be done with them. Throw them in a freaking plastic bag. Don't throw them in the river because that's going to hurt the turtles. Throw them in a flaming fire pit and be done with them forever. Take your AR5 jerseys, lighter fluid, throw them in the bonfire. It's done. It's time to get a new quarterback. It's time for he sucked in college. He wasn't even you see these elite, Jamarcus Russell was elite in college. Tim Couch was elite in college. This guy was below average. I don't know what we saw in him. I don't know who talked me into him. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea. I don't know why, but it was an obviously terrible idea. Get him off your rosters. He's dead. He's done. I have a meeting in 1 minute. I got to go. Justin, you can argue back with me if you can, but I don't think you can. I don't think you have an argument for this.
I'm not going to drop him this week. I'd hold on. He's going to be in a shootout this week against Houston where he put up 27 points a week 1. I'm not saying start him. I want to see if he can't do it this week, then he's done. Like just fantasy relevant, no more. But he was out for 2 weeks. He was injured 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, whatever. I'm not fully over. JT should be back also here soon. They should be getting that offense moving back again. You can't really run an RPO offense with Tyler Goodson and Trey Sermon. That doesn't really work. So you're not going to get those rushing yards that you would get with Jonathan Taylor being there. But we've buried people and then they've bounced back. So I love this, Josh. This is such a great thing.
None of my people have ever come back. None of my people have ever come back.
Mark Andrews came back. So
I love how you had that loaded up. I love it.